Hare Krishna. In our episode number 10 of Lesser Known Stories of Mahabharat, we will now talk about different dynasties who ruled over the material universe during Mahabharata time. In the past two episodes, we have spoken about the Nag dynasty, Daitya dynasty, and also we have touched upon a little bit about the Devata and Asur dynasty. But as I told you, that Adi Parva of Mahabharat mainly focuses on the beginning and source of different dynasties. And also, as we know, that when Lord Krishna, he himself did his leelas or pastime in Dwaparju, and which was the time of Mahabharata, he did not come alone. He came along with lot of demigods, lot of Gandharvas. They all took birth as human beings and they did Leela at the same time. Now, we actually, when we study these personalities in Mahabharata, it may appear to us that some of them are like villains, some of them are like heroes. But in Mahabharata and Ramayana, there is no villains. We call it anti-hero. Because although they does villainic activity, but they are all associates of Lord and they have all good qualities in them. As we know, when we will go through this episode, we will see that Duryodhana was actually incarnation of the Kali Yuga himself, the first Kali Yuga incarnation of Duryodhana. Similarly, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari or Pandavas were also part of different demigods, or they were different associates of Lord who came along with them. It will be a very interesting episode. I request you to go through the episode and do let me know if you have some comments or anything, any point to add. So kindly comment on this episode and let's start today's episode. This will be interesting episode number 10 of Lesser Known Stories of Mahabharata. Hare Krishna. In this episode, we will also try to explain that the important characters of Mahabharata like the Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Yudhishthira, Duryodhana, what was their origin? Because we all know that in Ramayana and Mahabharata, whatever characters come to this material world to do their lila or to do their pastime, they are not original human beings. As I told earlier, they are incarnation of different demigods or they are the incarnation of the different associates of Lord Krishna himself. But to know that, it is important for us to know what is the origin of the different dynasties, because we know that Bhishmadev is the reincarnation of the one of the children of Ashtavasu. But we need to know what is Ashtavasu, from where they came, and that's where we are trying to create this episode with all those history so that we can put all the thing in correct perspective. In the beginning, let's start with the known story of Gangaputra Bhishma. We all know that there were Ashtavasu. Who were Ashtavasu? They were 8 brothers who were children of Prajapati, who was actually children of Manu, the first son of Brahmaji, and one of the Ashtavasu, those Ashtavasus, they made a crime of stealing the Kamdhenu or the desire cow from Vasishtha Muni's ashram, hermitage. For that, Vasishtha Muni gave curse to the 8th child, who is the Ashtavasu number 8, and he had to come to this material world as a son of Ganga, and he played the role of Devabrata, who later became Bhishmadev. So we know that Bhishmadev was no ordinary person. I have already created a video on the 12 Mahajan, and in the 12 Mahajan I have shown Bhishma is one of the greatest 12 Mahajan because he was the pure devotee of Lord Krishna. So Bhishma obviously was a very important character in Mahabharata. Among others, there was the Danav king, whose name was Viprachitti. Viprachitti was a very powerful Danav. You know, I have explained earlier that although in English we call demon, but there were different varieties of Danav. One was Daitya, one was Danav, one was Asur, and another was Rakshas. So Danav king Viprachitti, he took birth as a powerful king in Mahabharata time. His name was Jarasandha, and Jarasandha became the powerful Magad king. Also in the Daitya category, if you remember, Hiranyakshipu who was the first Daitya, son of Diti, and later on in Treta Yuga he became Ravan. He came incarnated as Shishupal, and he was an enemy of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna killed him in the Rajasuya Yagya of the Yudhishthir's court. Then we know that Sanhalad, a powerful Gandharva, he came and he took birth as King Shalya. Shalya we know from the Mahabharata, he had a fight with Dhritarashtra, with Bhishmadev also. Then Anulad, another powerful Gandharva king, he took birth as Dhritoketu. Vaskal, he came as Bhagadatta. Kalnemi, we know Kalnemi from Ramayana. Kalnemi was the maternal uncle of Ravan, and he took birth as Kangsha Maharaj, and he was king of Mathura. He was also maternal uncle of Lord Sri Krishna. There was a Daitya king, his name was Sharab. He took birth as Paulav in the Treta Yuga, and again in Dwapar Yuga, Mahabharata time, he took birth as Ugrasen, and he became the grandfather of Sri Krishna. Then there was one demon called Dirgha Jivha. Dirgha Jivha means Dirgha means tall, Jivha means tongue. And earlier he was a Daitya, Dirgha Jivha. He became in Mahabharata Kashiraj. Then Maniraman, he took birth as Vitrasur. Kalketu, one Yaksha, he was also very powerful Yaksha. Kalketu, he was initially in a place called Matsadesh. He became the elder brother of Rukmini Devi, and his name was Rukmi. He was son of Bhishma. Later on, Rukmini Devi became the first wife of Lord Krishna. Brihaspati agreed to give his part, and Dronacharya was born. Rudra agreed to give his part, and another guru of Kauravas and Pandavas, Kripacharya, was born. Gandharva Virat, he came as Kritavarma. Gandharva Subahu, he was cursed, and for that curse he took birth as Dhritarashtra. Siddhi and Dhriti were the divine goddess. They took birth as Madri and Kunti. Goddess Mati, she reincarnated as Gandhari Devi. Dharma himself reincarnated as Yudhishthir Maharaj. Pavandev begot a very powerful child. His name was Bhimsen. Devraj Indra begotten Dhananjay Arjun. Ashwini Kumar, those two brothers, begotten Madris, the remaining two children, Nakul and Sahadev. Chandra himself came as Abhimanyu. And Kamdev, he came as son of Krishna, known as Pradyumna. From Srihari's part, Vasudev came. The Srihari himself gave his portion, and Vasudev came. And in Vasudev's family, later on, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, came in his own form. Lord Krishna comes only once in Brahma's one day. He decided to come in Dwapar Yuga. Drupad got divine goddess herself as Draupadi, and Drupad also got divine king as the Dhrishtadyumna, and Dhrishtadyumna was destined to kill Dronacharya. Sheshnag, he came with Lord Ramchandra as Lakshmana. Here he came as Balaram and became child of Rohini. Kali Yuga for the first time came into material world, and he took incarnation of Duryodhana. Paulastra Rishi, he gave his part, and 100 brothers of Duryodhana took birth. In some other video, I will let you know name of those brothers. A very pious person, Jujutsu, took birth from Dhritarashtra and another Vaishya lady, and Jujutsu was very pious among the children of Dhritarashtra. Dushala was a lady. Dushala was a pious lady and daughter of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, and was reincarnation of a princess from the heavenly planet. So in next video, I will also talk about where from originally these people came in the beginning, because it is the 10 rishis who was the initial son of Brahma who was the origin of all those people. However, we will close the video here, because in this video our target was to discuss about the important characters of Mahabharat and their past life or from the source from where they came. I hope you have liked this video. If you have any comments, anything, kindly make your comment in the comment box, or you can write an email to me. If you want to see other videos in the series, you can click on the playlist, or I will provide the link of the blog site where other videos also you can see. Hare Krishna.